Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. Well, today, what I'm going to talk about is today's play in the third Test match between South Africa and Australia, where South Africa, with intermittent drizzles and also bad light preventing play. It was a truncated day's play, but and South Africa ended up with 208 for six, needing another 90 odd runs to still make to not force England to enforce the form. Well, it was a rear guard effort in the end. The It was once again Dom Bess, the right arm off. He once again started weaving his magic and picked up his maiden 5 wicket bag as South Africa closed at 208 for six. So that is something that I'm going to talk about. We'll have a sort of a small analysis on that, but also we will. I'll have a look at the final one dayer that is coming up at the Bangalore cricket ground tomorrow when India and Australia lock horns for one final time in the ODI series. And what a match that is going to be. It is going to be a fitting finale, according to me. Both the teams are level on 1-1, and that is a real final out there at the Bangalore. And I'm sure the crowd is going to go wild at Bangalore tomorrow because we know both these India and Australian teams are pretty strong. It is a public holiday. It's a holiday in India. It's a weekend on a Sunday, and I'm sure the crowds are going to flock there. And some cricket news would be coming your way, where Tamim Iqbal has returned back to the Bangladesh team after quite a long time due to injury, and he would be a part of the T20 tour of Pakistan. The other thing, on a very sad note, one of the wonderful all-rounders by the name Bapu Nadkarni, former cricketer from Mumbai, from which is my hometown. Mumbai is my hometown. And Bapu Nadkarni actually he holds the record for bowling 26 maiden overs on the trot, and this is one record in international cricket which is absolutely untouched, and such is the greatness of this person. He bowled 26 maidens on the trot. So when I say on the trot, it is 26 consecutive maiden overs that he bowled. And as I said, that record is absolutely unbroken in international cricket. A lot of records have been touched, but this gentleman, Bapu Nadkarni, this record has never been touched. I'm just going to tell you, I'm just wanting to share about this 26 overs that he bowled. And this was way back. Probably I was not even born at the time. Yes, I can give you the bowling analysis. His analysis read 32 overs, 27 maidens, 5 runs. Okay, that was against England in Chennai. Nadkarni bowled 32 overs, 27 maidens, 1. Yes, 27 maidens, 5 runs. I mean, can you get such a bowling analysis today? It's absolutely next to impossible to get such bowling analysis as to what Bapu Nadkarni, the former great player from India, achieved. Absolutely hats off to him. May his soul rest in peace. But what a wonderful cricketer he was, Bapu Nadkarni. Well, from here, these are some cricket news that I want to share. So I would probably start off with Bapu Nadkarni and certain other things coming up. The match is going to schedule to begin West Indies and Ireland. Ireland, as you know, they defeated West Indies in the first T20. The second T20 is about to begin at Basseterre. And the other news, the Under-19 World Cup is really on its way. West Indies have got past Australia. That is one thing. I'm reporting from Canada, as you all know, and the not host country. So Canada has been beaten by the United Arab Emirates, and Bangladesh have beaten Zimbabwe. And Japan, who was playing the under-19 World Cup or any international event for the first time, unfortunately, that match between New Zealand and Japan was abandoned. And also, there is another test series which is coming up, where Sri Lanka are touring Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe have gone through a lot, as you know, as far as the cricket is concerned. And now the Sri Lankans are in Zimbabwe. The first test match would be played at Harare. It is just starting probably hours from now. So these are the news. But as I said, I will have to start with the sad news of the passing away of none other than the famous Indian cricketer, former famous Indian cricketer. His name, Bapu Nadkarni. People would have not, he was a spinner, and I'm going to talk about this great man. Let's talk about this. I'm going to basically share with you as to what were his exploits. And as I said, he holds a unique record today, even after he has passed away. I don't think anyone would even come close to breaking that stupendous record. What a record he has set for himself. This bloke, his name, again, many people would have not known. As I said, I was not even born probably when Bapu Nadkarni was actually playing international cricket. So just I will give you some sort of some information here. Bapu Nadkarni was a former India all-rounder, and as I said, my condolences to his family members as he passed away at the age of 86 yesterday. He played in 1955. As I said, I was not even born at that time, and he finished. He played 41 Test matches, and he finished with 1414 runs. His tally of runs and average 29. He took 88 wickets. And he had 4 5-wicket hauls. He was a left-arm spinning all-rounder, and his best was 6 for 43 when India beat New Zealand in Wellington. That was the first ever. It was a very historic occasion when that happened, and that was because India got their first ever victory in Test matches. That was their maiden Test win. When they won their first ever, it was not the Test, it was the overseas series. So basically, that was the first Test series win for India. Back home, probably in the year 1967, India won their first series. Now I'm going to talk about that record, which is already standing in his name. And this is one record which has never been touched. And I dare to say that this record might not be even touched. So we are talking about Bapu Nadkarni. This was a match. I am sure the Englishmen would remember him. He was playing against England. His bowling figures were at 32 overs, 27 maidens, 5 runs, and no wicket. And let me tell you, I was wrong when I told you 26. I do apologize. It's 21 successive maiden overs that he bowled. And it remains the most economical spell of bowling in Test cricket. 21 maidens on the trot by Bapu Nadkarni. Take a bow. Today he's no longer with us, but what a record he has set, which is etched in the books of the records of international cricket. Now, let's get on with some news. As I said, I'm going to look at the third day's play at Port Elizabeth, where South Africa actually closed the day at 208 with rain, free readings, intermittent drizzles. And looking at the way, once again, the wrecker-in-chief was Dom Bess. Dom Bess took 5 wickets. So out of the 6 wickets that fell, there were 5 wickets for Dom Bess. His maiden 5-wicket haul in Test cricket in a very, very short span. So Dom Bess has been basically, Radamoff has been struggling to get into the England cricket team. And the reason being that Leach is not there. Leach is injured. And that's the precise reason. Dom Bess, this was a precise thing which happened when he was actually playing against a test in Pakistan. He was flown by a helicopter to actually for that game against Pakistan, and I'm sure he took 4 wickets, if my memory serves me right. But Dom Bess, look at his bowling figures: 31 overs, 12 maidens, 51 runs, and 5 wickets for Dom Bess. And Stokes took 1 wicket. So looking at the card of the South Africans, they really, really struggled. And Bess is someone, he turns the ball, he gives it a good sort of a revolution, as you say. If you have more revolutions as a spinner, you definitely tend to really succeed. And he could turn the ball. He could turn the ball outside the off stump. From outside the off stump, he could really give it a real sharp turn. So he's a real good tweaker, according to me. And he tosses the ball up beautifully and has a very easy action. Right arm off spinner Dom Bess. Tremendous bowling from him. Elgar was out for 35 today with 6 boundaries. Then we had Nodje, the night watchman, who has been definitely doing like a customary job in this test series, but he has been doing a wonderful job. A night watchman's job is basically to occupy the crease, and he has done it perfectly. He eked out 18 runs with 2 boundaries, Nodje, the pace bowler. Du Plessis was an early victim of the bowling of Bess, and it was he found some bite there, and it was Du Plessis back to the pavilion. Van der Dussen was clean bowled by Bess for 24, 3 boundaries, and as I said, it was a rear guard action at the end when the play, the third day's play ended at 208 for 6, with Quinton de Kock with a nice little innings of an unbeaten 63 to his name with 9 boundaries, and Philander not at 27. What a player Philander is. I mean, he's playing his second last test match of his international career, and he has one more final test match to come at the Wanderers in Johannesburg, which would be his swan song in international cricket, because he'll be a cold pack cricketer. And Philander 5 boundaries and 208 for 6 was the final tally at the end of the day's play. It's a really long haul for South Africa. All that they could do is, Philander and Quinton de Kock has definitely given them an opportunity to save the follow-on. Under 90 odd runs, 91, 92 runs are still separating them, but 91 to be precise, I reckon. So 499s, yes, it's a difference of 200 runs. So England definitely on the driver's seat here going into the 4th day, but I'm afraid the forecast in Port Elizabeth is not good for the next 2 days. So England has to really make the most of it as quickly as possible. And I wouldn't even be surprised if South Africa will be bowled out tomorrow. Then I wouldn't be surprised if England definitely enforces the follow-on, or probably they just bat for another 2 hours to get some quick runs, because you want to make sure that you definitely don't leave an opportunity of begging. I'm sure about that. So that's the match situation at Port Elizabeth as far as South Africa and England were concerned. Now we turn to some cricket news. But before that, as I said, we are going to see a sort of a great match which is going to happen tomorrow on a Sunday in India. It's India-Australia, the final ODI coming up at Bangalore, with both the sides level on in this ODI series at 1-1. Looking at the Indian team, I'm not looking at any changes here. Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, and Bangalore is also a pitch where it produces a lot of runs. So it should be another high run scorer in Bangalore. And I'm sure the crowds are not going to be short of any excitement here or any entertainment, I would say. Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Kohli. Now, it only happened was hit on the ribs, whether he's okay. Rohit Sharma has been having a shoulder problem. Other than that, but it would be very interesting to see if KL Rahul has ticked the boxes. Shreyas Iyer and Manish Pandey could get some runs under the belt. Manish Pandey for us, but Shreyas Iyer for sure would be We know he's a good fielder, but he's there for his batting. And as I said, he falling against spin to Adam Zampa is something which is a bit not understandable. But I'm sure Shreyas Iyer has a very good record against the spinners. So I would expect Shreyas Iyer this time to come up with the goods in the final ODI against Australia. Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, or Chahal, I would definitely say it would be Kuldeep Yadav. I would prefer to have Navdeep Saini into the mix because he's someone who is definitely learning, no doubt about it. But and I think Navdeep Saini will have a role to play here. Now the Aussies, well, they are looking a very strong unit, no doubt about it. Aston Turner would like to get his form back. Other than that, Adam Zampa has been really been proving a bit of a tough nut to crack for India, and I'm sure whether India is going to have a different approach to Adam Zampa tomorrow in Bangalore. Other than that, I can say. Other than that, I would like to talk about some cricket news. Tamim Iqbal has returned back to the Bangladesh lineup. He did not have a very good IPL, probably a very decent BPL. The Bangladesh Premier League, as you know, finished yesterday with Rajshahi Royals, the Andre Russell captain, actually winning the Bangladesh Premier League for the first time. In fact, Abu Haider, Arafat Sani, Masud Hussain, and Taijul Islam have all been left out. Tamim Iqbal comes into the side. Mushfiqur Rahim the other day said he won't be playing in the T20s in Pakistan. All-rounder Mehdi Hassan had a very good Bangladesh Premier League tournament. Najmul Hussain Shanto is coming. He was really struggling for form in the BPL, but he came back in a really mighty manner when he thrashed a century, and that was not really slam bang hitting. It was some deft strokes that he played all around the park, cutting, driving, pulling, and it was very attractive to watch Najmul Hussain Shanto bat. Hussain has been in the wickets column there, in one of the top wicket takers with 20 wickets, and that's precisely and he finds himself. So definitely. There's a lot to play for Bangladesh. So Bangladesh and Pakistan should be a nice. So Bangladesh become the second country to go and tour Pakistan. The other thing I would like, West Indies, as I said, are waiting. As I'm talking to you, West Indies and Ireland, the second T20, which is coming up. So we are waiting for that. West Indies Ireland. That should be really a wonderful game, especially after Ireland has won the first T20. The other news, as I said, under-19 World Cup snippets, I could say. West Indies winning against Australia in a tense game. We have United Arab Emirates beating Canada. So Canada has a tough time there. Bangladesh, winning against Zimbabwe. And as I said, Japan was playing. Japan and Nigeria are the two new teams in cricket in the under-19 World Cup, and Japan, unfortunately, that match was abandoned between New Zealand and Japan. Sri Lanka are in Zimbabwe. The first test match between Zimbabwe and the Sri Lankans would be starting a few hours away. So just talking about the Zimbabwe, I think let's have a look at the Zimbabwe team here, and also at the Sri Lankan team, because we have some new things happening. Zimbabwe have a new captain. Sean Williams is the new captain of the Zimbabwean cricket team. There are some new faces in the Zimbabwean team. Kevin Kazuza, who has done well in the local domestic tournaments, gets his place. Prince Masure is also another new one. Brendan Taylor, Craig Irvine, Sean Williams, Sikandar Raza, Regis Chakabwa, Donald Tripano, Victor Nyauchi is the pace bowler. Kyle Jarvis, Ainsley Dlovu. As far as Sri Lanka are concerned, they are captained by Karunaratne. They are a strong unit here. Angelo Matthews back really strengthens them a great deal, and I'm sure it is going to be. There is also the forecast is not good. Rain scheduled for the first half of Saturday, and normally it's a batting pitch at the Harare cricket ground in Zimbabwe. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I think I have waxed eloquent enough here. It's about time for me to basically sign off on this cricket show today. On a Saturday, you'll be seeing me once again on Sunday. Until such time that happens, this is your host Ram bidding goodbye.